go, Marvel Legends. Sex! Now that I've got your attention, sex! Yes, take off your pants, crack a beer, and get ready for the world's dumbest video podcast. Now that I have established my channel as a legitimate YouTube channel, it's time to destroy it with the dumbest top 10 you've ever seen, because this is the top 10 sexiest Marvel Legends. Bow chicka wow wow. So I want to make this very clear. Far be it from me to insist my opinions onto the rest of the internet land. No. So I am going to take this as a culmination of all the world's fetishes, interests, you name it. This is a whole smorgasbord that covers every possible quirk, kink, and interesting fantasy of what might be appealing in a Marvel legend. So, first of all, I want to establish a couple of things that are not sexy at all. These are the dishonorable mentions. First of all, Sandman. Alright. Who was it who decided that sex on the beach was a sexy romantic thing? Newsflash for you, it's not. You ever listen to Anakin Skywalker? He knows what he's talking about. Sand. It's rough, it's coarse, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. Everywhere. If it's ever occurred to you, if your girlfriend is like, hey, wanna get all romantic on this holiday? No, not on the beach. Absolutely not. Sandman? No. Not sexy, okay? Let's just clarify that. But coming in at number 10, let's do the countdown. Number 10. Straight up, we're gonna go traditional. I'm not gonna get too crazy. The White Rabbit, come on. A bunny girl. Hugh Hefner and Playboy have established and ingrained in our little minds that bunny rabbits, of all animals, are somehow sexy. Don't know how that happened. Did you know Playboy was originally going to be called Stag magazine? I don't think that would have been quite so sexy to have women walking around with like big giant antlers going hooga. That's the noise that stags make. But Playboy bunnies? Yeah, people dig that. So come on, there was a genius creator, I don't know who it was that created the White Rabbit, but they were like, yeah, people like Playboy bunnies. Let's make a character out of them. So White Rabbit, congratulations with your little calf-high furry boots, your corset going on there, your Playboy bunny ears, and the fact that you're kind of bonkers, which who doesn't love a crazy chick? That gets you the number 10 ranking, the first entry in the sexiest Marvel Legends. Number 9. And coming in at number 9, who would you pair with White Rabbit? Of course! It's Mac Gargan, the Scorpion. Now I know what you're thinking. Dave, scorpions aren't sexy. Are you kidding me? Are you just assuming that these aren't sexy? What about our wonderful friends in the BDSM community? Look at this guy. This is the guy you're going to find in an underground club in Berlin on a Friday night. This is like straight out of Pulp Fiction. Go wake up the Scorpion. Scorpion sleeping. Well, you best go wake him up then. Look at Matt Gargan. He knew exactly what he was doing when he chose this full-on gimp mask. He was like, I want to fight Spider-Man, but I want to look like a sexually kinky guy while I'm doing it. Well, Scorpion, congratulations for your representation of our friends in the BDSM community. You get number 9 on our sexiest legends list. Number 8. Number 8 is the reason why so many gay and bisexual guys have absolute serious body issues. This guy, this pinnacle of what it means to be a beautiful and attractive manly man within the gay community. Rippling, chiseled, swimmer-like muscles. Okay, that's not actually true. That's encompassing all different kinds of body types. We've got our bears and our chunky people, but this is like the cliche Men's Health magazine cover of what a sexy man looks like. I believe what is referred to as an otter in the gay community. You see, he's like lithe and muscular, but kind of hairy as well. I was watching Always Sunny where Mac and Dennis go into the nuances of the different definitions of archetypes within the gay community. So Prince Namor here, the Submariner, making everyone feel bad about themselves in his lean, chiseled, hairless, rippling physique, in his tiny little swimming shorts. And so far, we've got our 3 characters. Let's go to the next one on our top 10 countdown. It's number 7. In at number 7, we have someone who's going to tickle that little fantasy of being dominated by a 7-foot Amazonian warrior woman. We have Angela here. Yep, of course, come on. You know that there was some cheesecake in mind when this character was being created. We've got the thigh-high metal boots. We've got the metal bikini armor, which actually has been like scientifically proven is the worst kind of armor you could possibly wear, like boob-shaped armor. If someone slashes at you with a sword, all that's going to do is direct the sword down towards your solar plexus. Terrible design, but you know, when you've got you know, a figure like this, you kind of want to accentuate it. So, but you know, she's sure to protect her shoulder. You got to have shoulder protection when you're fighting the forces of heaven and hell. But make sure that your boobs are well displayed. But yeah, straight out of Futurama, this character is, you know, looking for snoo, and she's probably going to break your pelvis while she's doing it. But you know what? What a way to go. Number 6. Coming in at number 6, we have our representative from the furry community, the big, beautiful, blue-eyed, bouncing beast. Now, furry is kind of a thing that's just kind of come around over the last couple of years, I think, from the advent of the internet, allowing for these various conventions and get-togethers and this and that. Furries have become kind of a thing. I think it maybe started with the genesis of Sonic the Hedgehog fan art, maybe, and that kind of like cross-pollinated into people who grew up watching Beauty and the Beast, and the next thing you know, you got folks dressed up in gigantic animal costumes, getting snuggly with each other. And you know what? More power to you. And what better representation of this than the big old bouncing beast? This guy represents our furry community out there, and God bless them. They blur the line between, you know, cute and adorable and a little bit deviant. And I support you for that. Number 5. Number 5, we have, I think, my own personal kind of interest here. Beautiful and completely bonkers. Typhoid Mary. That's probably not a good name for a sexy character. But this person right here, come on. Fishnet stockings, little white mask here, and a face that's saying, hey, I'm going to show you a good time, and then possibly murder you. What's not to like about that? Because it's sexy with a little sense of danger. It's like, hey, we could be in for the night of our lives, and I might not wake up again. That's kind of weird, but also like, do I roll the dice on this one, you know? do I throw my physical health on the roulette table for a roll in the hay? Well, in this case with Typhoid Mary, you know what? It's been a lonely 2020, I gotta say. So if it's a possibility that you might get horribly murdered by a psychopath, but also she's kind of hot, then you know what, that's the one that your friends would be saying, look, bro, you got to leave her, man, she's no good for you. And you're like, no, she's all right, she's just a little highly strung. Yeah, just like you're going to be like from the ceiling if you're not careful. But no, Typhoid Mary definitely ranks very high on the list. Number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have Wilson Fisk, the kingpin of crime. What's not to like about this? Come on, folks, we all want a little bit of security, all right? We want B, someone who knows how to handle his business, and C, or 3, baldness is attractive. That's what I read up on, that's what I studied and made sure to do my homework on. Women find bald men handsome. Not thinning hair, which is like, I'm straddling that fine line between, do I try and maintain hair, or do I just shave it off and be like, yeah, I've got the whole Jason Statham, Wilson Fisk, kingpin bald thing going on. Women like guys who are going to go out, take care of business, earn a good living, run a criminal empire, and look good with a slap head. Wilson Fisk, you represent well right here. Number 3. Number 3, we have Mr. Sinister. Have you guys been reading Mr. Sinister in like the most recent X-Men comics? The dude is a queen. Someone had the bright idea of like, hey, Mr. Sinister could be this sort of like slightly kind of androgynous, not asexual, but actually hypersexualized character. I guess like when you've been living for over 100 years and you can morph your body however you want and just kind of experiment with all these different things, you're gonna get a little freaky eventually. And that's pretty much where Mr. Sinister is in the comics. He's this fabulous queen of a character that actually this Marvel Legend doesn't represent too much. This is more of the 90s Mr. Sinister, who's just that crazy geneticist type person. But in the modern Marvel comics, it's like Mr. Sinister could totally be hosting RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh my god! There you go. That's the next Disney Plus show, is Nathaniel Essex Drag Race. Perfect. Book it now. But Mr. Sinister ranks very highly on the top 10 sexiest legends.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2, don't sleep on this character. The Leader. Yes, you know what? I've been very shallow. I've been very shallow with this list, and I really shouldn't have, because you know what? It's not all about good looks or ability to stand up a figure. It's also about intelligence. Come on, intelligence is attractive, and that's where the Leader stands head and shoulders above the competition. Luckily, ability to stand up is not, a sexually appropriate or applicable characteristic, or he'd be struggling. There we go. So the Leader, ladies, don't just go for a dummy, all right? Don't go for a himbo, as they're referred to, okay? Look for someone who you can have a decent conversation with, who's going to be able to do your taxes for you. That's very important. Intelligence is sexy, and that makes the Leader a damn sexy guy. Number 1. And the number 1 sexiest Marvel legend is, of course, the Sugar Man. Look at this guy. He runs his own business, all right? So he's a self-starter. That's something that's highly underrated. He manages a whole team of people in his torture pits. This is a guy who can delegate responsibility, go out, earn a living. Also, thick, full head of hair as well. Plus, he's quite a horny guy. Not to mention 6 hands. What's not to love about the Sugar Man? Look, they're falling for him already. Whew! Folks, that was the top 10 sexiest Marvel legends. And if you've watched this far, then you really are a true believer. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this nonsense. I hope I haven't completely destroyed my channel, and I hope I've given you a ridiculous little chuckle. So until next time, keep displaying model behavior and stay sexy.